All right, hello everyone. I'm Alex, and my thesis is on enhancing the remote onboarding experience. I'd like you to think back to the first day you started your job. What did you feel? Excited? Maybe a little nervous? These early days are full of potential as you're eager to learn and build momentum. But for remote new hires, this momentum is often hard to build, where instead of diving in, they're swamped with checklists, scattered resources, and generic information behind a screen. What should feel like a solid start to their career is instead a time of uncertainty and confusion. But what happens during these early days isn't just random. It's a part of a company's onboarding. This is the process that newly hired employees undergo to prepare for their role. Onboarding has 3 key goals: for new hires to prepare, integrate, and start contributing. And for time and resource efficiency, these goals fall into a standardized process of 4 stages, where new hires are expected to start contributing within about 2 to 3 weeks. For remote new hires, though, this process often falls short, where 81% report feeling overwhelmed and 60% report feeling undertrained and disoriented following their latest onboarding period. So what's missing in this experience? To find out the gaps throughout this experience and process, I conducted secondary research, reviewing background literature, articles, and reports, as well as primary research, interviewing a mix of new hires, onboarding coordinators, and managers to gain perspective into the different sides of this process. And through my research, I met new hires like Matt. He's a newly hired remote employee who recently left his last job of 2 years to work at a new company. And Matt's really excited to get started at a new place. For his onboarding, Matt starts off in the pre-onboard phase. This is when he's receiving his initial materials like equipment shipments and welcome messages, and he's really excited to get started. He feels confident and ready to start his new job. As Matt enters his first week, it's time for him to prepare for his role. But he's swamped with infinite information, like learning modules, instruction documents, and generic company information. And Matt not only gets overwhelmed, but help is also hard to get. He doesn't want to ask too many questions because he doesn't want to look like he's lost. And when he reaches out to people like his mentor often gets busy with other tasks, so it might take days to reply. As Matt starts integrating, he begins attending initial meetings, and he wants to meet his coworkers. But he isn't sure who to connect with or when it's appropriate, especially in his remote setting. And in meetings, it's really nerve-wracking to engage without context, so he instead stays silent. And when it's time for Matt to contribute, he's following all the onboarding checklists, he's attending meetings, but he still feels like a bench warmer who's not making that big of an impact. And so his contributions are delayed from a weak start, and it's difficult for him to feel like he's actually doing impactful work. So as we can see in Matt's onboarding, instead of being prepared, he's overwhelmed without clarity. Instead of integrating, he's disconnected and unengaged. And instead of contributing, he feels discouraged and unproductive. This poses the challenge: how might we provide personalized, always available support that helps new hires feel ready and engaged from day one? In comes Onit. This is the AI onboarding assistant for a better new hire experience. Onit offers personalized, on-demand support for new hires, offering what they need when they need it. It helps facilitate connection and engagement through optimized connection suggestions and enhanced meeting preparation. And it helps motivate early contribution through smart initiative nudges and progress recognition. And this all happens within the company's messaging platform for the most streamlined use. Now let's take a look at how this works in Matt's new journey. Matt begins again, pre-onboarding. He receives his materials and all of his equipment. And on day 1, he signs into his laptop, logs into Slack, and he sees a welcome message from Onit. As he starts his first week preparing for his role, Onit helps provide personalized on-demand support. Instead of getting overwhelmed with all the generic information and infinite resources, Matt is given a clear overview of his key tasks, priorities, and relevant links to these tasks so he can navigate with ease. And at any time, Matt can ask Onit any questions he might have, whether this be about where to access modules again for the 5th time, or asking about tips to meet with his manager this week. Onit gives him judgment-free answers 24/7. And Onit, to make sure that Matt is getting the maximum support, sends him proactive check-ins to further invite questions and clarifications if needed. As Matt starts integrating, Onit helps facilitate connection and engagement. Rather than waiting for people to reach out to him, Matt is given an overview of the key people to meet and why, with options to send messages and schedule a meeting with them himself. And Onit helps him make the most of these meetings through enhanced meeting preparation. It gives him a very brief summary of the meeting's purpose, as well as tips on how to engage, with options to meet or view the meeting agenda and also view past notes. And once Matt starts contributing, Onit helps motivate early contribution. He might be wrapping up some initial menial tasks, but Onit will also send some smart initiative nudges so he has opportunities to make more impact and gain visibility if desired. Onit also recognizes his progress at key milestones so Matt can look back and feel proud of the work he's done. So this product not only aims to help new hires like Matt, but it also aims to benefit Matt's company, where its features can reduce team member burden, increase engagement, and lead to faster ramp-up of employees after their onboarding period. And its configuration is made simple on the company side. Through the online Onit dashboard, HR and management can simply upload content and customize behavior with no added complexity to the workflow. It's super easy to set up, where they simply upload the already existing files and links that are used during their onboarding process. This might include files like onboarding checklists or role-specific documents, and links to the HR information system and task management platforms. And Onit will use these to tailor role-specific guidance for each new hire with no engineering required. It's also customizable in its conversation style and interaction frequency, as well as its visual appearance to align with the company and its onboarding approach. And once that's all set up, they simply select the company's primary messaging platform to integrate Onit. And Onit's AI system will support new hires automatically. It starts working where they already are in their messaging platform, and it uses this uploaded content to tailor its features based on each new hire's role and progress. And its assistance flows naturally. It learns from every new hire interaction and adapts to their specific role, pace, and questions. So combined with this dashboard information, Onit is able to deliver that guidance that feels truly personal and relevant. It's important to note that all data within this platform remains private and secure for both new hires and companies, so they can feel confident using this throughout their processes. Onboarding should be a time, or should set the foundation in the start to your career. And that starts with Onit. Thank you.
Awesome job.
Thanks.
That was great. I think there's a few companies that should buy this. I think Microsoft should be one of them, if we're being honest. But okay, you kind of went through a lot of different features, primarily focusing on Matt, and then towards the end kind of touched on the business side. In your research, like, what do you think would be like a prioritized couple features that would resonate with businesses so that the Matts of the world have this opportunity to streamline?
Right. I feel that on the company side, the uploading links and docs feature would be one of the most important priorities, especially for the MVP. And this is because this is the backbone of how Onit works. And for different companies to upload their materials and tailor role-specific guidance, if that doesn't work out, then it's not any different from using just like a generic AI model like GPT. And that's what makes this product different from those generic models. And so being able to test the feasibility of this and its functionality would be priority, for sure. Thanks.